digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG fault, the alpha here is crazy. Yes, OG Vol, welcome to the show. We got the cryptid tales, skeleton in a suit. MoKnowz never fails. We talk elections, UFOs, and paranormal trails. Fast tech, NFTs, catch the latest crypto sales. From comments to conspiracies, we drop photo finish, horse racing, we keep the hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG Vault, the alpha here is crazy. Yes, OG Vol, welcome to the show. We got the cryptid tales, skeleton in a suit. MoKnowz never fails. We talk elections, UFOs, and paranormal trails. Fast tech, NFTs, catch the latest crypto sales. From comments to conspiracies, we dropping knowledge daily. Photo finish, horse racing, we keep it hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG Vault, the alpha here is crazy. Yes, OG Vol, welcome to the show. We got the cryptid tales, skeleton in a suit. MoKnowz never fails. We talk elections, UFOs, and paranormal trails. Fast tech, NFTs, catch the latest crypto sales. From comments to conspiracies, we dropping knowledge daily. Photo finish, horse racing, we keep the hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG Vault, the alpha here is crazy. Yes, OG Vol, welcome to the show. We got the cryptid tales, skeleton in a suit. MoKnowz never fails. We talk elections, UFOs, and paranormal trails. Fast tech, NFTs, catch the latest crypto sales. From comments to conspiracies, we dropping knowledge daily. Photo finish, horse racing, we keep it hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG Vault, the alpha here is crazy. Yes, OG Vol, welcome to the show. We got the cryptid tales, skeleton in a suit. MoKnowz never fails. We talk elections, UFOs, and paranormal trails. Fast tech, NFTs, catch the latest crypto sales. From comments to conspiracies, we dropping knowledge daily. Photo finish, horse racing, we keep it hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG Vault, the alpha here is crazy. Yes, OG Vol, welcome to the show. We got the cryptid tales, skeleton in a suit. MoKnowz never fails. We talk elections, UFOs, and paranormal trails. Fast tech, NFTs, catch the latest crypto sales. From comments to conspiracies, we dropping knowledge daily. Photo finish, horse racing, we keep it hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG Vault, the alpha here is crazy. Yes, OG Vol, welcome to the show. We got the cryptid tales, skeleton in a suit. MoKnowz never fails. We talk elections, UFOs, and past tech, NFTs, catch the latest crypto sales. From comments to conspiracies, we dropping knowledge daily. Photo finish, horse racing, we keep the hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG Vault, the alpha here is crazy.
In the dark of the night, we know there's a place where the was start on the step with his funny grin and vote his co-host. Let the stories begin. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast. We're bringing you the future and echoes from the past. Tales from the crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Bolt are your guides. Let's take a dive in the crypto secrets. We unravel the law. Hold on tight, 'cause we've got so much more. Whispers of ghosts in the halls of the old, haunted by the memories of stories untold. Political shadows creeping in the night. Mo and Bolt, we're shining the light. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast. We're bringing you the future and echoes from the past. Tales from the crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Bolt are your guides. Let's take a dive in the crypto secrets. We unravel the law. Hold on tight, 'cause we've got so much more.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's time for this week's Tales from the Crypto with the big homie MoKnowz. What's up, Mo?
Yes, sir. What up, Vault? What up, chat? How's everybody doing?
Let's go, let's go. Shout out to the biggest bro first in the chat. We got Sven here. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. Denny OC is in the house. Ahoy, ahoy, my friend. What he said, knows what's up. I hope everyone is having a good day. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Steven is here. I don't have a scroll bar, so I can't go back. It'll be hard for me to keep up with chat today, honestly. I'll do my best. Find out about Chuck and learn all the VeVe tricks here. That's right. Came to the right place. What's up, biggest bro? Yeah, that theme song is dope. Mo created that with AI. That's pretty crazy. Vault has always been where the alpha has always been. Phew. The alpha right now, for me, we'll talk about when we get to the crypto, but it's Bad Baby. Cash me outside. How about that? I just bought the Bad Baby coin. I'm up 50% on the day. This is definitely not financial advice. She's already rugged one coin. I already know. But thank you, Saturday. Appreciate you. News Now is talking about the first song. It's not Mac Miller. That's Dr. Strange, the Omi homie. He created that song. That's him rapping on the mic, too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we got some cool stuff to talk about. And Mo's got an update on the drones, though, and I haven't heard this update yet, so I'm excited to hear it myself. He told me it was coming, so before we get started on our topics for today, I want to hear this drone update, because we covered the drone a couple times on this stream.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it was a little more exciting, but apparently, according to Trump, they were FAA-approved drone flights, which some speculate now it was kind of weird. The area that, was around either properties that he owned or where he was at, like, were they spying on him? I don't really know if I even buy that, but, the bottom line is we know if they were FAA-approved, and the rest of them were all civilians that were probably doing illegal flights. I know that there's like FBI looking for somebody who had a drone up that popped into a firefighter drone or a plane or something. So, I mean, it could just be a combination of both. We talked about it, though, man. Listen, if this was some sort of national threat, I think somebody would have died by now. Something would have happened by now.
Yeah,
instead
I
of
guess
just like,
these days, it's
we
hard to
just
trust the
forgot about
government. It's hard to trust the government these days.
Well, no, I'm not saying our government. I'm saying if it was like the Chinese or the Russians, you know what I mean?
They definitely
I feel like
reacting.
if it was them, I feel like something probably would have happened by now. So, yeah, our government, no, I don't trust our government one bit. Just throw that out there.
All right, let me...
In case they're listening, then I love you, and I pay my taxes on time.
Yeah, careful what you say. And careful what you say about AI, because AI is always listening. You gotta be nice when you're talking about AI these days.
Well, it doesn't even matter, because our AI sucks, and we're going to get into that too, but, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Cause
yes, apparently they put it together for like $50, and they were able to beat ChatGPT. But we're going to talk about Deepseek, I think. Is that what it's called?
Deepseek, yeah.
Yeah, Deepseek. We're going to talk about Deepseek probably in the politics section. We'll probably mention it in the crypto section too, because it's been affecting the market. But as you probably know, our first topic that we like to talk about is the paranormal topic. And we've got a couple different topics in the paranormal field today. And the first one is going to be about The Secret, and you saw it in the tweet that I put out before we went live and in the title, but I'm not sure how many people in the chat actually know what The Secret is. I asked Mo about it. He knew exactly what I was talking about. If you're old like us, you probably remember when Oprah was hawking this book, The Secret, that was apparently a secret that all the rich and successful people were keeping to themselves, but somebody finally let it out the bag, how to be successful yourself. And I was really interested in it when it first came out. I don't think I got the book or read it or anything, but I wanted to know what the secret was to be successful and if it was a real thing. And we'll talk about what it is, the method. And obviously it didn't work for me. I mean, I tried the method. But who it did work for and who I want to talk about is this lady named Helen. Her name is Helen Hadsell, and she grew up in the Great Depression era. And in 1948, she read this book by some dude named Norman Peale called The Power of Positive Thinking. So after that, she decided to enter a slogan contest for a local brand where she lived, and she used the process that she learned from the book, the same one that they talk about in The Secret, where it's visualize herself winning, feel the joy of winning, like picture it in your mind, hear your name called in your mind. And that's what she did for this contest, and a week later she found out that she won the contest. So she wanted to test it again, and she entered another contest and another and another. From the years of 1950 to 1970, she won over 1,000 prizes, including TVs, cash money, vacations, and in one case she even won a house. So they were writing like articles about her in magazines. Let's see where I'm at here in my notes. People started calling her the contest queen. And in 1969, she wrote a book herself called The Name It and Claim It Game. And in there she talks, this is where she won the house, I think. Yeah, she won every contest prize she entered, or she claims there wasn't any contest that she entered that she didn't win. And just by using this technique, and she's going to talk about a little bit more about the technique in her book. And she calls it her 4-step formula, where it's select it, project it, expect it, and collect it. And I have a link to the original Twitter thread where I was learning about this lady, and if you want to go to it, it actually defines what each one of those in her formula is. But she was so popular that CEOs were inviting her to teach their teams, psychologists were studying her methods, and she even was able to use this formula for her health. And she said that she was able to heal her own illnesses by visualizing her body as healthy, and she ended up living to a really long age. So she was using the same exact method that people call The Secret, and that was in this book and that they talked about. And I thought it was all mumbo jumbo, but then when I hear about this Helen lady, I don't know, Mo, what do you think? Is The Secret real?
I do believe it is. So growing up, when we played sports, I wasn't like a big, reader as a kid. Running around playing sports. One of our main things that always stuck with me was visualize an attack, right? So when you play football, if you're a running back, you grab the ball, you get the hand off, you have to visualize the line of scrimmage, you got to look at the lineman, run off the hip, visualize attack, right? And the coach would always tell us, like, apply this to your everyday life, right? Visualize an attack. So a lot of us that grew up with that mentality, that's why when I see things like this and we start talking about it, I'm like, oh, well, this is kind of things that we've employed in my own life. But it even goes back deeper than that, because these ideas actually come more from like Confucius and Buddha.
Oh, really?
So the whole visualize manifestation, the positive energy, because if you think of it as energy, you're actually projecting energy, right? Think about it. When you meet somebody and they smile, it's contagious. Like, you want to smile. It's an energy, right?
Okay,
so,
but how does that apply to The Secret? I'm a little skeptical about the whole thing. I can just imagine myself, like Denny O.C. said,
because it snowballs.
People win the lottery.
Because it snowballs. You're projecting the energy.
But what if we all do that and we all imagine ourselves winning the lottery and it's the same lottery? We can't all win. It's whoever thinks hardest about it?
No, because it's not the end-all be-all. The secret is not just visualize it. There is work, and there are things you have to do to manifest. After you manifest, you have to put a little bit of effort into it. You just can't manifest something and sit around.
Oh,
I mean, that's called delusional.
I'm lazy.
Nah, but that's called being delusional.
Yeah, think hard
that's like
about
people
it.
with like self-entitlement, and they're like, oh, I deserve this in my life. How come nobody gives it to me? Well, you didn't visualize an attack, you just visualized it. So,
But couldn't you just
you know,
visualize yourself deserving it? Like, I'm a person. You just visualize yourself as a person who really, really deserves it.
I mean, you could try,
just
you could try, but other people aren't probably gonna, take too kindly to that because again, that's the negative energy. You
Right,
have
right.
to manifest the positive energy, right? And the positive energy is that I want something, I deserve something, I go get something, but in the meantime, you're gonna have tests along the way, whether they're moral tests or mental tests that you have to pass, right? And if you don't, how do you handle that, right?
Right.
So,
Maybe it's a real thing. Maybe you can try to just really visualize it and follow the full steps that Helen was using, because apparently it worked so well for her that she won every contest that she ever entered, which is hard for me to believe, but you can see it in the articles that they wrote about her. Like, she was actually winning houses and she was actually winning cars. Shout out to C Spills in the chat. We got Poka Pokey here. Mr. Ramos is here as well. Good evening, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're just getting started on this week's Tales from the Crypto. We're talking about The Secret. Let us know in the chat if you believe in The Secret. As you can see here, Denny said he's heard some people won the lottery with the same method. Yeah, that makes sense. But like I said, there's a lot of people playing the lottery, and a whole lot of them are taking the time to visualize themselves winning the lottery. But all right, I'm going to wait
I mean, I
to...
look at it a little bit differently too. So, have you ever? Because I've had this happen numerous times in my life, where a lot of times what happened in music, programming, I'm trying to fix something, right? I'm like, spend 4 hours on something, troubleshooting, whatever. I'll go to bed, and in my sleep, while I'm sleeping, I will still be trying to solve that issue. And there's been a lot of times where I've done things in my sleep that I've never even done in my life. And I'll wake up and be like, oh, let me give this a shot, and it fucking works. And I've said it to my girl even before I even done it and blown her mind. Where she's like, dude, she's like, what the hell?
No, I
Because
think I've
again,
had that
like your
happen before.
brain, yeah, I'm saying like your brain is just constantly, and I'm a big believer in, the energy and everything from the world and the earth. So I do believe that there's something to it, man,
Denny OC says, I know a lot of people know, I know lots of people who know with visual boards. Yeah, I've heard of visual boards too. They use visual boards for writing and achieving short-term and long-term goals. Yeah, they actually have physical boards that they put their goals on. It's kind of like a hope chest that girls used to have as well. I don't know, maybe they still do. But
Well, it's like,
you're visualizing
do a good, just do like a positive negative list, right? Be like, my dad used to tell me all the time, oh, you want to do something? Write a list. Write all the positives and all the negatives outcomes that are going to come from this and weigh the options.
Yep. C-Spill, yeah, we were just talking about Trump's information on the New Jersey drones, pretty much just saying that they weren't anything, which I'm surprised. I thought they were something. But speaking of something, before we move on to the next topic, I got it in the paranormal topics because I don't know what's going on here. You guys probably saw it on Twitter. I asked Mo about it. He had seen it on Twitter. It's kind of been blowing up lately, but it's been around for a long time. It's this overhead view that people have been seeing on Google Earth from this place in Los Angeles, and it's got a whole bunch of help signs and stuff where people are like, it looks like somebody is trying to get help. And let's see, if you actually look at this one, there's some other words that you can see if you zoom in. One of them is LAPD. One of them seems to be Trafico, which I think is like Spanish for traffic or trafficking, talking about sex trafficking. So a lot of people think that this could be a hub for sex trafficking. Another one says federal, which is really weird. But I thought we could, roll over to that place, because I do have somewhere in here, take me a second to find it, but I do have the GPS location on it. We could check it out in Street View, and there's already one little thing about it in Street View that's not on any of those pictures that somebody has noticed that I wanted to show you guys as well, because it's kind of creepy. But Mo, what do you think's going on there? You think it's a prank, or do you think there's something suspicious happening?
I mean, in the world we live in nowadays, it could very well be a prank. What I want to know is, in that area, how they're not some sort of like, we're being recorded at all times, right? From some sort of camera, a Ring doorbell, closed security, whatever,
Especially in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean, even here in New York, we have like these cop cameras with like the 360-degree cameras at like random spots, and like they don't have anything of like anybody walking around or somehow, because you have to be, they're not going to telepathically fucking draw that, right?
Right.
So somebody would have had to have been out there at some point. It's alarming for sure. I feel like Why are we not swarming the place? Why is that already not being taken care of?
So watch this part. This is kind of crazy too. So I just went. I'm on Google Earth right now. I'm on Google Maps, Google Street View, and I just went to that spot. And there's obviously a big fence there, so nobody who's from the street can actually see it. Although this fence doesn't look that tall. But I noticed earlier, if you go around here and you scroll around on the street view to this sidewalk right here, you can see where somebody in red wrote "help" right there on the sidewalk. Which that's kind of creepy too, because they got all the helps in there. So how is it that the person, it seems like somebody's like trapped in there? I don't know, but they were able to get to the sidewalk and write the same thing.
Well, that's okay. So now that's a little sus, right? Because did the person break out, write help, and then go back in?
I don't understand
Or
that.
why wouldn't that person just get out, write help, and then leave and get help? Like, if they're calling for help and now they're outside of the facility, can't they get help? That part doesn't. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You should. There should be some new shit on this, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, because I was looking at it in Street View, and when I saw that, I was like, that kind of goes along with the whole thing. You can see the H right there from the big giant help.
Yeah.
So, and plus, with this being like a see-through fence, I feel like people could see it from the road. But I did see, and I didn't mark it, but I did see where they were showing the past Google Earth views from that same spot in different years. And like 1 year ago, it was there. 2 years ago, it was there. 3 years ago, it was not there. So like it just happened, but it's been there for a couple years also. Shout out to Abdullah's in the chat. What's up, Abdullah? We're going to be talking about that game you suggested today. Danielle C says, but how many write the lottery numbers out, picture nothing else but those numbers, and even heard of people sleeping with these tickets under their pillow? I don't know about that osmosis stuff. I tried that in high school and I never learned crap, but sleeping on your books. However, the idea of just picturing those numbers the whole entire time, I mean, if you really, really concentrate it, I think there's something to it. I haven't tried it yet. I don't know if I have the time to concentrate for like a whole day straight on some random numbers. Well, not random.
But while you're waiting for it, it's like watching grass grow, right? Like, while you're waiting for it, it's just not going to happen. You have to completely like let your mind go and accept. You know what I mean? Accept the message when it comes in. Like that's, to me, that's like the energy and everything of the world, kind of. Because if you're there and you're tensed up, right, you're not going to be able to accept that message. You're going to get a busy signal.
I can see that. What's up, Florida State Makeover? Good to see you, my man.
That's just my take on it, by the way. I'm not saying that's a fact, but. But if you do dive into the Confucius Buddha aspect of it, and you go into like the monks and all that type of stuff, like I've gone down those rabbit holes, man. Like I have to put them on 1.5 times speed on YouTube, but because they talk very slow. But it's really good stuff, man.
Yeah, some of those people like in that Buddha community or whatever can do some stuff that's almost supernatural. I've watched some videos where they have the camera on the guy for like 2 weeks straight and he never eats or moves the whole entire time. It's like something's wild about that. Daniel C says, sometimes when I'm working, I make words and drawings out of all kinds of junk that I find on roofs, hoping someone will see it and take an aerial picture. So you're saying that people doing this are just messing around? I mean, I guess that's one theory. Grandma Moore thinks it's crazy. What's up, Grandma Moore? I don't know.
We got people that walk around here on the trains and set other people on fire. I mean, nothing surprises me anymore.
It's spooky. It's at least, if nothing else, it's pretty spooky. Hopefully they'll find out something about it now that it's gone viral. Like I said, it's been there for a couple years. So, all right, we're going to move on to our next topic for the night. We're going to be talking about sports a little bit. Let's do it. And, of course, we're going to be talking about the NFL because the playoffs are now set. I don't have it updated, but you can see there the Chiefs beat the Bills and the Eagles beat the Redskins. I'm going to call them the Redskins, even though they're the Commanders now. So the Super Bowl is going to be the Taylor Swifts versus the Eagles. And we're going to talk about, is the NFL rigged? Because a lot of people who were watching that Chiefs-Bills game saw this one play in particular, and they were very upset about it. Now, the clip I have for you does have some video to it. Or does,
the biggest hose job I've ever fucking seen. First of all, this 3rd and 3 play. This spot is disgusting. Knees not down. That's a first down.
Oh,
so that spot off. That's
yes.
a bad spot right there by I don't know, half a yard right there. And then we're going to go for it on 4th down, which we all know what happens. But the fact that these refs...
I was going to say the Portnoy version is the best. I can't hear.
First of all, this is...
That's funny, bro. The
First,
one is the
not even fucking close. And then what is this? That one ref is way past it, another one's a foot off. You just randomly decide where you're throwing the football? Like, what if the other guy got the spot? This is the most disgusting thing. I'm not watching football ever again. I quit football. I quit. First of all, he only has to get to the line. Are you kidding me? I quit football. It's not even close.
Alright, so I got it playing twice. Once with sound and once without. So now it's playing again without the sound. I think it should be. Or maybe I did it wrong. But however, so that was that play in question. And the question was whether or not it was a first down. So the dude only needed to get to the line of scrimmage to get a first down. Here it is. And it looks to me like he got it. However, it was a bad spot. It was a bad spot on the play before. What do you think, Mo? Is it rigged? Do they do that on purpose? Because if there's anybody that the NFL wants to be in the Super Bowl, it's the Taylor Swift team, right? Plus, it's a three-peat as well.
To a certain extent, I feel like they'd be worried about. I think it was Denny OC said it right. We might have fatigue. Who wants to watch the Chiefs and the Eagles again? We saw it 2 years ago. I don't know. I think the storyline might have been better for the Bills. Obviously, I like the Bills. I'm a Josh Allen fan. Those plays were bullshit. They were first downs. I think that there is 100% some sort of, collusion, or they're like, oh, well, don't let the game get out of hand. And that's why you'll see, like, the ref will throw a flag when nothing even happens, and then they talk about it. Because you can pick the flag up. Very rarely, and never, like, that long after a play, will they throw a flag, right? So... Right. Throw the flag, talk about it. Oh, well, okay, who's got how much money on the game? Well, usually it's probably more like, okay, what's going to be better for the league? How much money can we make? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And then they kind of base it on that. I don't like that. What I think should happen, and I think will happen, maybe because of this, introduce a new system, call it AIR.
Don't tell me AI referees. Don't say AI referees. People will, especially the football community, I don't know if they would go for that. I mean, I kind of like the idea.
We already do.
I want it to be accurate.
We already have New York watching, though, but it's already happening. Now what you do is you just create a camera system in these stadiums where every angle's picked up. You use quantum computing and super cheap AI. Well, not in the U.S., but, you use AI. And you basically just scan real time. And now nothing gets by. If any hold happens... bam, instantly picked up. You can make the game 100% transparent by doing it.
But if you did that, there would be several flags every play because there's holding every play. You know that, right?
Well, I'm never gonna disagree with that. I'm just saying, but there's players, and I grew up playing football. My buddies were actual players on varsity and whatever. Like, I understand the game. Yeah, of course, there's little tricks you pick up along the way. On offense, on defense, you learn how to, get that little hold, that little tug. You understand how to push off as a receiver without extending your arm. Yeah, I get it. But they might have to give it a shot.
I don't
this is crazy,
idea.
Bro.
I don't hate the idea. I would be surprised if people allowed that to happen without getting mad. Daniel C says, just yesterday I was on a roof and I made what some would say look like a giant gentleman's sausage from footprints in the snow. Just saying, I'm a child though. I mean, if that's what you do with your time, if you're getting paid to do that, I think that's a good thing. However, I don't necessarily.
Yeah, if you're gonna put a big old dick on the roof, I mean that's funny. But if you're gonna start putting help and
exactly,
like stuff like that, especially in this day and age, like what's going on, we're trying to track down the kids and.
I don't know. Maybe I could see it being a prank though, because if somebody was trapped, like how do they get out on the road and write help and then get back in there? Or
exactly.
That one gets me. Pokey says Trump is sick for helping Bitcoin to deliver near future. So what do you mean by sick? Sick in a good way, right? Like sick with it. You're glad that he's helping Bitcoin, right? I would think so. I mean, he is taking crypto mainstream, but we're gonna talk about it when we get to the crypto section. It's not going too great so far. We're dumping a little bit. The Chiefs have 90% less.
To China.
Florida State says the Chiefs have 90% less penalties from their opponents. I'm assuming that's cap, right? He made that up. He's joking. That's sarcasm. If it's not, then we have a problem because that's messed up. Maybe they're just really, a really well coached team.
I mean, listen, Andy Reid is one of my favorite coaches of all time. I think he'll go down as probably one of the top 3 to ever do it. Just look at what he did with Donovan McNabb, okay? That guy was terrible. And he took that team to the Super Bowl every year because Andy Reid is a West Coast offense running guru. Learned from the best of the best, comes from the Bill Walsh tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not many coaches in the league right now that do what Andy Reid does, where he knows the game and he knows how to utilize his players to the best of their ability. A lot of these other coaches, they come in, especially the Jets, they come in, they're like, this is my culture, this is my way. But you have to be adaptable, and that's why the Bills are typically pretty good too, because Josh Allen's adaptable. Their coaching staff has always kind of worked with, what they got. And I think speaks for themselves, the results.
Yeah, Andy Reid might be one game away from being like the best coach of all time. If he hits this 3-peat with the Chiefs after all his past success, he might be considered as one of the best coaches. At this point, AI refs can't be worse than what kind of BS is being called and not called. I see a lot of bad calls every time I watch football. Drones overheard. Overhead should tell. Drones overhead should be able to tell us where the line to gain is. You mean like
They already have that. They have the moving camera on the zip line. Like, we've had that for a decade.
I have seen that for a while. That's true. Yeah, but it doesn't show the refs. The refs don't see that line. It's like AR. Fortis, thanks for coming in here. All pleasant. Hope. Oh, sorry, you're not even talking to me. Dan K says, I won't be watching the Super Bowl this year. First one since I was a kid. Enough is enough. I don't know if I'll watch the Super Bowl, but I'll watch the commercials. No, I'll watch it. Remember, the NFL is registered as an entertainment league, not as a... Man, they ain't the WWE. Are you trying to say everything's fixed, but it's just entertainment?
With the entertainment.
Forget that crap, man. They ain't Vince McMahon. That's the XFL. Do you think NFL rules is kind of fake about the final Super Bowl? I mean, we just think that it's possible that they may have cheated in order to get... Not cheated, but may have really wanted the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl because they want as many viewers as possible, and the Chiefs are one of the most popular teams because they have one of the most popular players, and they won the last 2 Super Bowls. So if the referees are influencing games so that the Chiefs win, that's probably not a good thing. You're not supposed to do that.
I'll give you one better than that. You want a better one?
Sure.
Here's a conspiracy. I don't know if anybody's talking about it. It actually just popped in my head, and this is no lie. What if, because we know that Goodell isn't the biggest fan of Robert Kraft and the Patriots, right? He had issues, obviously, with the Deflategate, and the fact that the Patriots dynasty is like, the echelon. Maybe Goodell wants the Lamar Hunt family, Kansas City Chiefs, right? The originators of the AFC conference. Like, maybe they want them to be the top and get the 3-peat. Because, again, if you do the 3-peat, right? Now, I don't really remember the Kobe Lakers doing it. I know they did it.
Yep.
But to me, I watched Jordan do it, right?
Right.
And I was a Jordan fan, but I grew up, Knicks and Orlando Magic, right? He killed them every time. But watching that was special. We knew it at the time, even though we hated the Knicks, the Bulls, and Jordan, right?
Yep.
But watching it right now is the same thing. So if Goodell can replace the Patriot, the Patriots team as being like the best to ever do it and make the Chiefs, that's a win for them too, because now they can kind of move past that whole, Robert Kraft, Deflategate type bullshit. What do you think?
It's like a billionaire fight between the billionaires. News Now says pick the flag up, and Worthy didn't catch that ball either. Oh, I didn't see that one. But I seen there's a few different plays that people were complaining about, saying it was fixed. DLC says I would never put help, no, but Dixon and Tits 100%. What are we talking about here? XRP. I don't know about XRP either. The Chiefs have won 16 straight games that are within 1 score, including 11 of them this year. So you're saying they got the referees helping them get that last little bit to win the game. Rigged in the last play of the game. Refs threw a flag just in case Kincaid caught the ball. Yep. Yeah, it makes sense. We got Alejandro in the house. What's up, Alejandro? We're doing good. We're having a good time talking about the NFL. There was one NBA thing I wanted to talk about. It was supposed to be a graphic that popped up on its own, but it's already there. So Jimmy Butler, I don't know if y'all know who Jimmy Butler is, but the trade deadline's coming up for the NBA, and there's been a lot going on with Butler. He's one of the best players in the NBA, an all-star, but he demanded a trade from his team, the Miami Heat, that he's been with for a few years, and the Heat are not taking it well. They keep suspending him for silly stuff. Like, one of the things they suspended him 5 games for recently that he's currently suspended for was for missing a team flight, but he is always taking his own plane to the games. He always misses the team flights, and this is just out of nowhere. They're like, boom, you're suspended for 5 days, for 5 games because you're demanding a trade. So they're probably going to trade him. but I don't know if they're going to get good value for him. I don't know, Mo, how much you watch the NBA these days, but the Knicks is one of the places they're saying he could possibly go, even though they got Josh Hart over there. They're trying to figure out where's a good fit for Jimmy Butler to go. And some people are thinking Steph Curry might also get traded.
Yeah, I mean, I watch the NBA as much as I watch gay porn.
Right. So a lot.
But yeah, exactly.
So you're an expert.
Every day. But yeah, I mean, I don't really like when guys do that, put themselves above the team, but then you got the team that's like, oh, well, now we're just going to be real petty, and it's in the contract, even though we had an agreement. You know,
Right.
It's like, I don't like the tit for tat bullshit. Just like, again, sports and politics, it always happens, and I hate it. But yeah, I mean, if he gets traded, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's a great player, obviously, but I don't know. I don't know if the Knicks would have to give up to even get him. Again, I don't really follow too much, but I do know my boy's always watching the Knicks, and he seems to be happy, so I guess they're okay.
Yeah, they got.
How are the Knicks doing?
They got the Carl Anthony Towns this year on that trade, which I kind of feel like they lost out on the trade because I like DiVincenzo a lot, but they've been crushing with him. Jalen Brunson's a beast, and I'm hoping Jimmy Butler goes to like the Lakers because nobody expected the Lakers to do very well this year. LeBron's old, and his kid is too young, but they're actually not doing too bad. I think they're like 4th or 5th in the West and might end up making the playoffs. So maybe they pick up Jimmy Butler and make a run for a chip. I don't know.
Smart.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next topic, y'all. We're going to be talking a little bit of politics. And in particular, the new Chinese AI, the new Chinese artificial intelligence, Deepseek. There's a lot of people who had the same sentiment as this person right here. Once they tried a Deepseek, they said it was like much superior to other AIs, including ChatGPT and whatever that one is that makes the pictures for you. I used to use it, but I don't mess with AI too much these days. However, people's minds are kind of blown by how good this Deepseek AI is. Apparently, they claim that they made Deepseek in China with a few, I think it was like 4 or 5 recent computer science graduates, so some people just out of college, and they did it in like 2 weeks, and they only used like $6 million. If you're paying attention to the most recent, one of the most recent executive orders that Donald Trump passed, it was for $500 billion in AI funding, but China's able to make this for $6 million. A lot of people are not buying it. Like you can see Zal here, this tweet got like 6 million views or something. They said, yes, they have a great model, but the cost just doesn't add up. You can't even buy a beachfront home in California for $6 million, but apparently the trustworthy CCP built a better large language model than Meta for that price. China has a long history of lying. I don't know, Mo, do you think they're lying, or do you think this DeepSeek AI is legit and was made
people are
for only
using it,
6
aren't
million?
they? Like, aren't we seeing stuff from it? I mean, I don't understand how they'd be lying. Unless they're lying about the cost.
Yes, that's what a lot of people are saying. That they're
Okay,
lying about.
if we think they're lying, I'm like, are we thinking that this is some sort of like psyop from China? Like, we're not actually seeing it. This is an illusion. So we've done a show on that. But
True.
I mean, I don't know, man. And listen, I know it's like Trump signed a big executive order, but keep in mind that he's also being advised from companies like NVIDIA and OpenAI. You know what I'm saying? Like, these companies are advising people of like how much it costs them to build it. And I think, you know, ChatGPT was like, what, 1 billion or 10 billion, something crazy?
A lot.
So, I mean,
billions.
Yeah. You know, in comparison to what, you know, China's claiming, it's a fraction of the cost, right? So, which is something else that's what's in the bill, right? Like, we have to build our energy infrastructure. We have to, you know, try to figure that out, because that's something we haven't even really figured out yet. We know we have to keep up with China and AI and whatever, but like, we don't even really have the infrastructure in place. So if they really did it, that puts us probably 5-10 years behind, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's crazy that they're way further along than we expected, and there's a lot of people who are downloading DeepSeek. It's the #1 app in the store right now, and if you look into their user agreement, it does say that when you use our services, we may collect your text or audio input, prompt, uploaded files, feedback, chat history, or any content we want just for you signing up. They also say that we store the information we collect in secure servers located in the People's Republic of China. So, I mean, I haven't downloaded DeepSeek. I'm kind of scared of it.
Oh, I'm not. Hell no, dude.
Yeah, so it scares me a little. Shout out to Woody's in the chat. Let's go. There was something you said that Florida State makeover I liked, and then I skipped over it, so it almost looked like I was skipping one that said you had a good take because I don't want to see it. But no, Mo has a lot of good takes, y'all. You should make an online Super Bowl squares for the community. I'll buy 2 or 4 squares. How does that work? Super Bowl squares. I don't know. I mean,
You just make the chart with all the numbers on it. So you pick like everybody picks a box with the score.
oh, you're trying to guess the score.
Well, you're getting what it ends in. So you'll have like the box where it has like 0 to 9 or whatever, and then up and down, so left and right, and then you have the squares where they all line up and everybody picks those boxes. So if you think like the first quarter, you'll do like a quarter, a half, and then a game. You'll have like different boxes pay out. So if the first quarter is 7-0, whoever has 7-0, would win the first quarter if it's after the half or the game.
Yeah, that sounds fun. That's something I would do. That'd be cool.
They are fun.
We could
I
have
probably know some people that would do it too.
do a watch along. Deepseek smoked my portfolio. Deepseek smoked everybody's portfolio. It made the stock market crash, and that made the crypto crash. We're going to talk about that when we get to crypto. But yeah, it's not been good for anybody's bags, honestly. Dan K, what did I miss? I have a buttload of NVIDIA. NVIDIA crashed because of Deepseek as well. People are assuming that what China says is true because they're assuming that China didn't use NVIDIA chips to make this new AI because they wouldn't be able to do it for $6 million with NVIDIA chips. So what are they using exactly? Do they got their own chips? They're not supposed to have those type of chips. There's sanctions against them receiving those type of chips. So like, what's going on with that? What's up, Stan the Man says invest in STEM programs or we're done. American exceptionalism shot down by a side project. I mean, I'm one of the people who listened to Bill Clinton saying that we need to major in STEM courses and we need more math and computer science graduates. So I went and got a computer science degree. But once I got the computer science degree, wasn't nobody hiring me. So what's the point? I don't understand. How can I help? I went and got the degree. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Denny C says, if I'm not mistaken, this is how Terminator started, wasn't it? A race for the top AI? All I know is it was Starknet or something, and it was an arm that they had to go retrieve because the arm had did the arm have AI in it? You remember the arm they had to go get, right? Another tweet.
Terminator?
Yeah, in Terminator. There was like a robot arm. Did they have like some AI? I didn't know there was AI attached to it. I didn't even know they knew what AI was back when they made that movie, but I wouldn't be surprised. But here's another tweet.
I feel like AI... even like a game, look at like War Games, right? Remember that movie?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you could even be like, oh, well, that was like an early stage of AI. It just wasn't like didn't have like the learning potential of like these current modules. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it was still having conversations back then. It was a program that was, learning on the go. So, I mean, that's why I think when me and you and, we used to do our old show, you were never really you were like, well, it's like a computer program, which you're not wrong, right? You were never wrong on that. I never said you were. But I was like, I just don't like the advancement of what these things are doing. And now with the quantum computing aspect of it is going to be nuts. Like the calculations that they can compute and all the different paths that they can look at and, tell you what's going to happen before you even do it is going to be incredible.
Yeah, I want to see what happens when they start implementing those quantum chips. I've only heard of the one chip that they, announced were able to solve problems really fast with, but I don't think they've started putting those chips into computers. And once they do, and that's probably a couple years away as well. But once they do,
no, NVIDIA just showed it at the CES show.
Oh, really? With
the quantum chip? It's like a handheld portable. It does everything that you have to normally send out to the cloud for AI. Right. It does everything in the palm of your hand locally.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's wild, dude. It's fucking wild.
So
we're not that far away, dude. Oh yeah, we're not that far away.
Yeah, and that's what this person is talking about as well, how Deepseek is accelerating the AGI timeline, which is artificial general intelligence. So basically, I don't know how to explain what AGI is. Is it like sentience? And then that's going to lead me to my next question. When we have AI that's sentient, and we have a bunch of them walking around and they have their own thoughts and feelings, at what point do we have to give them voting rights? Or do we never give them voting rights? Or should they have voting rights? Maybe they should be the only ones who vote.
About that.
They're going to be smarter than us.
like I said, 5 years ago, we might have laughed about this, but there might be some sort of bill that has to get passed where it's like, yeah, AI has no rights because, yeah, it's crazy, dude. It really is going to be crazy.
You're gonna say they have no rights at all?
Hell, they have no rights. They're a freaking robot, dude. You're there to fucking cook, clean. You remember Rosie the robot from the Jetsons? Do you think she had rights? Hell no. Good morning, Mr. J. What do you want with your coffee? You know what I mean? Come on, dude.
I don't know. That just
Give me
means
fucking
that if you
rights.
see a robot walking down the street, you can just walk up to it with a baseball bat and just launch its head into the next orbit. I don't know.
You could try, but as soon as you get close to it, it tells you to move away, and you don't. You take one step closer, it's going to grab you, and it's going to hold you up against the wall until it arrests you or somebody else does.
What happens when we have an AI that gets radicalized and then starts, I don't know, being a terrorist? We're going to have terrorist robots running around now? I feel like this could go in so many directions that it's kind of scary.
All right, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and dispute that. I'm not going to argue that. I know sometimes we argue just for fun, but I don't even have like a devil's advocate argument to that because it very well could happen. Because if we talked about this with the beginning of AI, like somebody still has to put the guardrails right on the AI, right? So there's always going to be somebody or something at the core root of the module, the application, the program that gives it like its core, let's just call it like a moral, compass, right? Like, oh, I'm a AI sentient robot, but I know that punching people in the face is a bad idea. But then you get punched from the human, and now it's like, well, okay, well now you crossed that line. So again, we have to build these things, but then what's to stop somebody sitting at a Starbucks hacking into these things where it's like, I know it's going to be like Metal Gear Solid, right? Where you understand like the walking pattern of all the AI and all the robots.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm going to sit at Starbucks and I'm going to hack in somehow and I'm going to do some, some white hat, fucking mainframe shit, and I'm going to make the robot go crazy. You don't think that's going to happen too? Like, yeah, people are going to try it,
Yeah, that's scary to think of. I mean, if you have these robots, I'm thinking of the Will Smith AI movie. But let's say you have your own robot that has AI that lives in your house and does chores for you and stuff, and you send it off to the store every day at a certain time, and somebody finds out what that pattern is and hacks into it and then sends it back to your house. Then they have like full access to your whole entire house. I don't know, man. That's pretty freaking scary.
So a personalized robot, right? So here's how we're going to get trained to it, and we've already been doing it. So
Phones.
now it's like, okay, get people to embrace AI. Check, we've done that, right?
Right.
Now, AI agents, those agents that people are building to help them with their everyday life and whatever.
Yep.
Like, that's how you get people comfortable with the idea of having AI assist you. And then the next step is like, well, I really wish it was like a physical thing that could just come out of the computer and do it. Well, boom, now Elon's got that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I really wish there was a robot that I could fuck. It's like, well, they have those too. We've seen them at CES.
Yep.
I'm never going to stick my dick in that thing.
No.
I mean,
that sounds dangerous.
First of all, I don't think my girl would appreciate that too much. And, unless you can put those things in the microwave and warm them up, I don't think it's going to feel that good. I've also remember the episode of Big Bang Theory where Wolowitz had a robot arm got stuck to him,
Yep,
and he had to go to the hospital like that. And I don't want to roll up to the hospital with a freaking big old AI, robot attached to my hips. You know what I mean?
That'd be embarrassing.
It would be embarrassing, but the point is, I think people are going to be comfortable with the idea because it's like a step-by-step. It's the Trojan horse. It's the AI. It's the agent, and now everyday robot. But here's what's going to be. How funny is this going to be? In Texas or like states where it's like legal carry, you don't get fucked with because people are like, yo, that guy might have a gun, right? I don't want to get shot today. I'm going to be cool, right? Well, we're going to live in a world where it's going to be like, my robot's bigger than your robot. What do you got?
True.
Or maybe it turns into like some Inspector Gadget shit where all you got to do is you got a robot in your pocket, like Transformers, and you pull out a little cassette tape and you throw it on the ground and things like, and now it's like a fucking huge robot.
I want to live in that world. That sounds fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it would be great.
Until you get into a fight with somebody with a better robot.
Exactly. But again, I don't know, man. I know I'm being a little crazy. I don't really believe any of this, but I'm just saying, like, these are some of the worlds and the roads that we could go down. You know?
It's scary to think about. Daniel C says, I'm telling y'all, Skynet, AI, cyborgs, yeah, it's all in that pattern. Fiction is slow, creating reality. Shit's getting dangerous, just saying. It's getting scary, that's for sure. letting the video go
Yeah.
back to $100. I heard a lot of people are buying the video right now on the dip. Ex Machina. Have you seen Ex Machina? It's a movie.
No, but I've always had people tell me I should watch it.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's about some
Is it Ex Machina or Ex Machina? Is that how you say
Ex
it?
Machina, I believe is
Ex
how you say
Machina,
it.
okay.
What he says, I take a winter
I've been
soldier
saying Ex
on.
Machina my entire life, so I've been wrong.
No, I mean, I think that's how I say it. I don't know. That's how Joe Rogan says it. He's the one that always told me, as who I heard about it first, and was always telling people, check out Ex Machina. It'll blow your mind, and it is pretty freaking freaky. All right, and there's some other stuff going on. I don't have a graphic for it since we're on politics, though. It's the pretty big story right now. Mo knows is that Trump decided to cut off all federal funding or to pause all federal funding.
Freeze, right?
Freeze, yeah. So people who are on Medicare and Medicaid, they're now not able to get their medication. People who are attending school cannot get their federal loans right now. A lot of people are freaking out about it. Apparently, there's an emergency meeting of Democrats tomorrow. Must be not much of an emergency if they could wait till tomorrow. However, they are having an emergency meeting about it. A lot of people are tweeting about it. What do you think about it, Mo?
Well, I mean, I don't like it, but we knew, again, going in, we knew there was going to be freezes. We knew they're going to do audits and everything. I don't think it's going to take as long as people are freaking out about. Not going to be like, oh, we're going to go a year. No, he said when he came in, he's going to freeze certain things that may or may not make sense. They're going to look at it, they're going to audit it, and they're going to say, hey, I don't think I still don't believe they're just going to start cutting, everything. But again, the freezes we knew were coming. People voted for it. Yeah, I just hope it gets resolved quickly because I don't think, Medicaid and, school funding, I think we should have more money in schools. You know what I mean?
What if people die? What if people die because their Medicaid got cut off and they weren't able to get some surgery or some medication that they needed just because Trump decided to pause everything Joe Biden didn't pause it when he came into office. Trump didn't pause it the time before. Like, people are acting like this is normal, but it seems pretty unprecedented to me. I don't remember this happening in the past.
Well, nobody ever said it sounded normal, but again, in the world that we live in right now, what people voted for was like they want everything to be on the up and up. Everybody just felt like they've been getting fucking shafted. So if this is what they have to do, again, short term, the phrase, you got to make a mess to clean a mess. Now, I don't know, and I've been trying to look into this, is, are people that were set up for surgery, I don't think they're going to be blocked off tomorrow and be like, oh, well, now this is taken, because again, it's a freeze. So I just hope that's not happening. But again,
according to senators and stuff, everybody that's talking about it that is in Washington D.C. are saying that the actual portals in all 50 states of Medicaid are down. So that means that they really wouldn't be able to do anything at all. Like, they can't access it. The doctors can't access it. The healthcare insurance companies can't access it either. So I don't know.
Right, you wouldn't be able to
It seems
access it under
pretty wild to me.
Medicare, but again, so me and other people I know that have coverage or it lapses or older people, you go to the hospital and you're sick, they're going to take care of you. They're going to send you a big fucking bill. But these people aren't going to die. Are they going to have the Medicare access right away? Probably not. And that's a shame. But again, knowing what they want to do and they want to just clean out all the bullshit and get rid of all the unnecessary spending, we knew it was going to happen.
I don't know. It seems crazy to me. Not only that, he fired a whole bunch of inspectors general, all the inspectors general who worked with, was it the January 6th committee or Jack Smith or one of those, just his enemies basically. So a lot of people are looking at this as some type of takeover by the oligarchy, the new oligarchy. The deep state is what some other people are calling it. I know they were supposed to be fighting the deep state. Now they are the deep state. It's getting pretty wild to me. I'm getting a little bit scared. Florida State Makeover thinks it's not a big deal. He says they can wait till tomorrow. That was Biden's answer to the North Carolina people, except they've been waiting 4 months. That's FEMA, bro. The Republicans are the one who wouldn't increase funding for FEMA, and then FEMA ran out of money. You got to increase the funding, and then you can't complain that FEMA don't have any money if you're the one that voted against funding FEMA. But I don't know.
They voted against it because it was part of that big bill where they wanted to give another fucking $3 trillion to fucking Russia, or Ukraine rather. It's like,
yeah, I think that might have been a part of that bill. They need to do all the bills separately, and a lot of people say that, but they don't want to do that because they want to add pork to it so that they can go back and brag about it whenever they're trying to get reelected.
Well, that, and, again, it's like when you go, it's just like a negotiation tactic, right? But you're negotiating about the everyday American lives and our livelihood, and it's not right, And I just hope at the end of this, I hope that everything that's going down, and I know that they're talking about doing abolishing the IRS and creating the External Revenue Service and being like, okay, well, let's just collect all of our money from the rest of the world, and then the American people will be better off. Now, it does sound weird, but if you go back and look at, I guess, the most prosperous time in American history, which I don't even know if I buy what I'm about to say, was like 1897 to like 1930 something, which is great, but the world wasn't really as advanced back then, right? It was easier, you know? So I don't know if I really put too much stock in that data, but that is true. When we did run that way, and not
this
use
crazy
like
talk, bro. Come on, Mo. This is crazy talk. You're
I'm
talking
just
crazy.
saying.
The time when we
I'm
the time we went from a regular country to the most powerful country in the world is the time when we were using those progressive tax cuts against the ultra wealthy, where they were paying up to 70 or 80% anything they made over like $3 million that year, which is what people have been asking for them to do now. Of course, everybody says that's socialism now, but that's exactly what they used to do back in the 1930s and 40s and 50s, all the way up until Reagan got into office as well. But the idea
We've been
of getting
talking
rid
about
of,
it. The more you make, the more you take. That's what it should be.
well, I mean, that's going to be the opposite if we get rid of income taxes altogether, because that benefits the wealthy the most. I mean, I don't understand how tariffs are supposed to go
Benefits
towards federal
everybody.
funding. Like, in what way do tariffs go towards federal funding? Because tariffs are what is paid by the importer. When something is imported into America, the person receiving it, the company receiving it, is the one who pays that tariff. So are they then going to tax, like, how is the government getting money from that?
Whatever external revenue service they got together, all we know is that they're looking at setting it up. And again, I looked into the data a little bit from the old, again, 1800s. Again, I don't really know if I agree with that because it was a different time. But if that's what they're going to base it on, they will have something to lean on. But I don't know. I think I like my idea. Again, I like the idea if you make whatever, you take a percentage of it, like, and that helps the American people.
Yeah, if
You know what I
everybody paid the same percent, people would love that idea, but that's not what we got right now. Pokey says Ex Machina looks like an AI movie. That's exactly what it is. It's really good too. It's a little slow, but it's worth it. Florida State says the Army Corps of Engineers has absolutely nothing to do with FEMA. I mean, I don't know the details about that. I know that the governor of North Carolina said that they have everything they need. So I don't know what else they needed that they didn't have, but I'm sure they could have asked for it. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But all right, let's get on past politics and move on to Web3 gaming.
This was a new one even for me to look at.
Yeah, this is a game that was suggested by Abdullah, and I was checking it out. It does look pretty cool. It looks like it's brand new. I'll show you their Twitter page real quick. It's called Planet X, Building the World's Biggest Treasure Hunt. It also says it's powered by Galax Coin, which I thought was interesting because when you check out Galax Coin, apparently Galax Coin just launched didn't even launch it. This is for the pre-sale, and that was at the end of December last year. So this is a pretty new coin. I haven't checked out the chart on it or anything, but it might be one you might be interested in checking out if this is a popular game. So I have a video. I didn't have time to check out gameplay, so I don't know what the gameplay looks like, but I have this video, and there's like a little bit of a surprise at the end, so that's why I added it. I took the sound out though. Should be no sound. It's kind of just like a trailer. If Abdullah's in the chat, maybe he can tell us more about it. But apparently it looks to me to be like a Fortnite type game where you're dropped in. It's probably like a King of the Hill, and you can see what the characters look like. It's called Planet X, so that makes you think that you're like an alien probably, or going to some alien world. This looks like an alien world. They have these little things that you can open. That's why I feel like it's kind of a Fortnite type game. You can see there's bullets and stuff, and old girl's got a shield. But then the big reveal when she opens this treasure chest here in a second. I'll just let it build up. I guess they have some type of partnership with Nike, because those are some Nike Jordan 1s. The first ever Jordan Nikes. I don't think they'd be able to use that if they didn't have some type of partnership with them. I haven't heard much about this game myself, but I like the idea of it. The trailer looks pretty cool, and the fact that they're partnered with Nike is interesting as well. It's called Planet X. The link to their website is down in the description. What do you think, Mo? What does it look like to you?
Yeah, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's more like a Tarkov, where it's like you drop in,
Right.
you know, try to find the loot before other people do, and maybe you got to extract.
True.
It's kind of the vibe I got from it. I haven't really had a chance to. So I think it's only on Android, right?
I haven't checked that out yet.
Which is fine. That's all I have. But no, iOS and Android.
Here you go. Abdullah's got a little bit of alpha for us. He says you search chests.
Of a computer, rather.
Says you search chests with prizes. I'm always searching for chests. Oh, chests with prizes and extract and win those prizes in real life. Extract and win those prizes in real life. What kind of prizes can you win? Like some shoes? Like some Nike shoes? Ooh, that's really interesting. It does say it's the world's biggest treasure hunt. Win real world prizes daily. It says that in the description of their Twitter. iOS and Android. Ew, I need to download this ASAP. I'm trying to win some Nikes. I want to see some gameplay.
Looking at the token.
Yeah, how's
the right one
look?
on Solana?
Like I said, it just came out. Is it on Solana?
Yeah, I mean it shows here 20th, so 8 days ago. I mean, if this is the token, this thing went right to the bottom. Don't know if that's the right one or not.
Could be a good buying opportunity. People want PS5s, iPhones, tablets already? Oh, we got to get into this. And it's free to play. Wow. It's on iOS and Apple, so I guess you just download the app Planet X. I'm about to download this tonight. I'm trying to win some of them Nikes. Those were the first Jordans, too. I don't know if they were remakes or something, but it looked like the Jordan 1s. Those are worth a lot. Quite a bit.
God, I remember like the elephant print Jordans back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I was always a penny. I always wore the pennies.
What, the Penny Hardaways?
Yeah, those are nice. Those are really nice shoes, actually.
Yes. Abdullah says, don't need to buy any tokens or anything for this game. It's free to play, and you can win real world prizes. I want to buy some tokens just because it seems like a good concept. So maybe their crypto will go up soon. As you can see from this tweet from December 20-something, 23rd maybe, they were just doing the pre-sale. So it can't be that old. According to Mo, it dumped when it was released. But if it's a good game, and I haven't seen the gameplay yet, then it might be worth getting into. It doesn't even have to have good gameplay because you win real world prizes. You can see Abdullah over here won $200 by playing during the beta, and they're giving away $30,000 worth of prizes in an upcoming showcase. Yes, definitely get into that. The link, like I said, is in the description. It's called Planet X. What game is this? Planet X. If you want to follow them on Twitter, that way you can get all the links. It's @play_PlanetX. It does look cool, but like I said, I haven't seen any gameplay. It doesn't matter what the gameplay looks like, though, if you're winning some real world prizes. All right, let's move on to the next topic of the night. We're going to talk a little bit of crypto. Let's go. Denny OC was wearing the shell toes. That's me. I was wearing Adidas shell toes like in high school with some Jinko pants and an Abercrombie shirt. Bro, you don't know style unless you don't like that.
I had the shell tops. I had the always rock the Airwalks.
The Airwalks, yeah. I mean, you got to be a little bit of a skater for that. Yeah, no problem. Like I said, the links are down in the description. All right, for crypto, of course, we got to mention that Deepseek, once it released and people found out about it, it caused the market, the U.S. stock market, to drop by like $2 trillion, which also called the crypto market to drop by like 300 billion. 300 billion. One app with 150 million valuation has wiped out 2.3 trillion from the stock and crypto market. Do you think that's why the market and crypto crashed, Mo? I mean, I guess it has to be, but it doesn't make sense. Was it that impressive that it was?
Oh, it is. No, it is.
Yeah.
Because it shakes everybody to the core that everything we thought we knew we don't.
Right.
And when it comes to money, and all the money that's been going into AI and all the blockchain and all the advancements, like everyone thought like, oh, we're leading. Whether it was Trump or the other administration, it was like, we're the leaders, right? Like, no, we're clearly not. So, you know, that to me, this is the biggest shakeup I think we've had, you know, even outside of, I know you were saying it earlier, right? Like, oh, we didn't see the price action that we thought we saw in Bitcoin when Trump got in, or, you know, when GameStop stepped down. But I think that was already built into the price, right? Like, that's why it was amping up going in, you know, after the election, like, oh, we won, and now GameStop's going to be stepping down, or it ramps up again. But when it happens, it falls off a cliff because, you know, people, right, buy on speculation, buy on rumors, sell on news, right? So the price was already built in. So I think, yeah, I think it was a big deal, because it hit so many different infrastructures across different markets. I think it was massive.
Yeah, especially after announcing that 500 billion funding that they're putting into AI, and then you see China's that far ahead. It's got to be a little bit scary. And then another thing going on with the markets that a lot of people are, I don't know if they're speculating on it or maybe they know for sure, but they're saying that exchanges are working together with market makers to push prices down on purpose, I guess, so they can stack up right now. And I know that Trump's new investment firm, can't remember exactly what it's called. I'm sure somebody will remember.
LMI or something like that.
Or something. Yeah, they've been buying up a whole lot of crypto and then staking it. I think today they bought up the crypto Move, which is an altcoin, and nobody really expected them to be buying that. So I don't know. Do you think there's anything to this speculation that everybody has about market makers working with the exchanges to purposely push the prices down? Because the prices definitely have been going down lately, although I think they're rebounding a little bit today. But after all this good news that the crypto world's been getting, minus the Deepseek stuff, I feel like this should be pumping right now. It should be in a bull run, right?
No, because again, I feel like everything was already priced in. So when everything finally comes to fruition, if everything was cool and everybody liked it, I think we would have kind of had like a ranging even run. And then when the new blockchain expert comes in and we start to get like real solid, clarity on what, NFTs and crypto, USA based crypto, right?
Right.
Once we get that clarity, that's when I feel like we'd have seen a run. This would have been like an accumulation ranging area. But then the bad news was, oh, well, shit, he didn't mention crypto right away and people kind of freaked out. But Bitcoin recovered. But I think this, again, was just kind of like a negative on top of a negative, where we probably would have been ranging anyway. I don't think we would have been going parabolic right now. I really don't.
I think if Melania never dropped a coin, we'd be going parabolic.
I think his coin would have done better. I think as a whole, I still think it would have kind of been ranging. But that was probably going to go down as one of the worst ever moves of all. On my stream, we're making a bunch of money, thousands of dollars. And I'm like, this is unruggable. Like, it's locked away. It's the president. It's unruggable. Never really in the back of my mind, but just going to launch another coin tomorrow. Because that's like being hooked on off the grid. And tomorrow you wake up and they're like, oh, off the grid 2, out today.
Yep.
Like, what? Like, what?
That's kind of what he did with his casinos in Atlantic City, too. He had one right next to each other, and they end up cannibalizing each other. Kind of happened a little bit to the meme tokens.
True. Oh, 100%.
Danielle C says...
Oh, man, it's...
sorry.
It's crazy. No, you're good. It's just... That will still go down as one of the dumbest moves.
The crypto Twitter hates Melania. In my late teens wore the DC kicks and Osiris kicks. I had a couple of Osirises that I did not wear, but I flipped them on eBay. The huge couch skater shoes were the best. Yeah, absolutely. It's my opinion that the manipulation of the crypto market is done by the exchanges in order to cancel out long or short positions. That's another thing that people talk about when they talk about this idea of exchanges working with the market makers. They want to wipe out those long and short positions. Yeah.
They got to work with China. Like, then how does China come into play then? They're like, oh, let's get China on speed dial with the exchanges and say, okay, we want you guys to tank the markets today.
No,
listen, if this was done,
if
it was done by somebody else, I don't know. I don't know if I buy that narrative, but it's got some credence. I'll give it that.
C-Spill says the OMI token is going up. I did mention when it was under 0003 that it might be a good time to buy it just for a quick 2x, but it is not going up. I'm checking right now. It's 003174 as far as I can tell. If that's up, man, that's rough.
I've been buying the dip on the dip on the dip. No, I only bought one dip on OMI, and that was not even really that long ago. But even then, I was like, I had $100 or whatever. Let me throw it in just in case.
Yeah, if I have a couple good trades and I have a couple $100 laying around, I might grab some OMI and put it in the app for the MCP. Stan the Man says if OMI can't make it under this administration, questions have to be answered, because they have been saying the reason why they're not getting listed on any good exchanges is because they're worried about SEC regulations. But now you obviously ain't got to worry about nothing, so there's nothing holding you back now. Good idea.
Well, they're not U.S. based currency though, so they're going to be under a lot of scrutiny for capital gains, and they got to jump through a lot more hoops.
There's going to be a lot of taxes.
Somebody like XRP and Cardano and these U.S. based tokens.
Yep. C-Spill says, is it a good idea to sell all my Bitcoin and put it into XRP? Bro, the war between the Bitcoin people and the XRP people right now is crazy. I would say personally to keep it in Bitcoin. I mean, XRP has the ability or the chance to like 5x to 7x, but it can't go much higher than that unless you expect it to actually flip the market cap of Bitcoin and be at like a something $1 trillion market cap, which just seems a bit unrealistic. But with Bitcoin, I would buy and hold, just hold that long term. And if you want to go like flipping around on meme coins or something, put in some new money for that and just DCA into Bitcoin. But of course, I'm not a crypto expert, and this is not financial advice. What do you think, Mo?
No, I mean, I agree. I will say that we did our election show, or we did our show, and then I did the radio show with my boys. And on that show, we were tracking XRP. And as soon as, Trump got called that night and it was looking good, we were like, man, probably buy some XRP right now. It was like 35 cents that night.
Yeah, and maybe
So-
even there's some other stuff out there that's been around like XRP, but maybe that doesn't have utility like Doge that could end up being used in this new X money that they're advertising. I don't know if you heard about this yet, Mo, but Visa is working with Twitter now. They're setting up something called X money, and a lot of people think you're going to be able to integrate crypto wallets into your X accounts. And since Elon loves Doge, who knows, maybe Doge is going to be the money of Twitter or something. I mean, that might be a good one to get into just because of the speculation of the unlimited potential if Elon decides to do something with it.
Yeah, I mean, again, the speculation will always drive the price. I mean, there was some code that came out showing that Vine is making a comeback on X, and Elon even talked about it a while ago, and so did other people from Twitter or X. And the Vine guy himself released an actual legit token. It is legit.
I made a little money off of it, yes.
Oh, I made a bunch of money, yeah. And every time that thing keeps dipping, and I catch a nice little double bottom into a nice green candle, I throw money back in from my profits. Because if people are going to keep ramping that up on speculation, then they get bored, and a new token comes out, so they take out their money. Like, I'm fine with that. I don't like these tokens that just keep losing support. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the fuck out of those tokens. But a token like Vine, I mean, yeah. I mean, again, the speculation on it, but when it finally comes to fruition, it's going to tank, right? So,
I don't know.
But maybe something like that. If they introduce that, maybe the Vine token could also have some utility on X. Who knows?
True. Or it could have some utility on Vine if they decide to do a new Vine. But, I mean, I got in and out of that one because I thought it was more of like a meme coin. I made my little 2X just about and then got out of it. But I'm into a more, a stronger coin right now, one with more utility. I'm in the new Bad Baby coin. If you don't know who Bad Baby is, it's the girl from Dr. Phil, Catch Me Outside. How about that? She just dropped a new coin.
What's the ticker on it? What's the thing? Not financial advice?
Money sign BHAD, I believe. Last I checked, I was up like 50%. I just bought it this morning or today. Yeah,
Was it
BHAD. I've retweeted the contract address, but keep in mind for anybody who's thinking about buying some of this, that Bad Baby is known for rugging meme coins. She's rugged one of her meme coins before in the past, but she promises this time she has all of the liquidity locked up and stuff. So how does she even know what liquidity is? I don't know. Florida State making.
I mean, it shows locked.
Yeah.
215K, 100% locked liquidity.
What's the market cap?
Been at a 1.5 million market cap. Looks like it's been coming down.
Yeah, I've got it at like 1.3. Been studying crypto over 7 years. I could promise you I know what I'm talking about. We know you know what you're talking about. Just think about it for a second. The first ever cryptocurrency was Bitcoin. The second ever was XRP. Was it the second ever? I didn't know that. What do you think the chances are it was the same people that made them? Does nobody know who made XRP? Is it another Satoshi Nakamoto character? Interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing. The thing with XRP is that if they decide to use some type of digital currency and all the banking systems start using XRP, that's the bull scenario, and it'll pump even more. But it's already pumped a lot. I feel like I'm buying the pump at this point. Multiple people can work together or independently to affect the market. 100% accurate. They should do a Bitcoin machine, something like the casino. Like a slot machine.
I do that every night.
You can win Bitcoin.
I gamble crypto every night.
There you go. Yeah, they have a lot of gambling crypto sites out there.
I don't gamble Bitcoin. I gamble Polygon and Solana because I'm not paying the fucking gas fees to move shit over.
Plus, with Bitcoin, it would take forever. It takes a while to move Bitcoin. Daniel C says, if you watch any of Crypto Face's live streams, you can actually see it happen live.
I love Crypto Face. Yeah, I love that guy.
I never watched him before. What's the
He
next?
just wears like a mask.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool guy. Talks a lot of shit. He's funny, yeah.
Stan wants to know what the. Oh, he's talking to Florida. I was gonna say because I don't know what Splash is, but apparently Florida does. Is BRICS Crypto 2 BRIX? I've never heard of that. XLM makes the only real option for X currency. That's like related to XRP in a way. Is the baby brother to XRP? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you can't get into XRP, might be smart to get into XLM. I think personally, if I would. And let's see what you think about this, Mo. And people in the chat, please, everybody in the chat, Denny, Bruin, C, Spill, Florida State, Stan, let me know what you think on this, too. If you had $10,000 and you had to put it all into crypto right now, what would you buy? I was thinking the other day, and I was like, I would put half of it into Solana, and then I would, like, diversify $1,000 into several other things, probably like Tectum, but then into some meme coins, too, maybe Brett.
Maybe. I had so much Solana between $8 and $15 that I had moved over to all sorts of other bullshit throughout the time, and I regret it. Trust me.
I think it can
when I got into crypto, it was the only one that made sense when I got into crypto.
Get all American coins for sure because of the new laws about capital gains on American-based cryptocurrencies, and Solana is one of those. And I think Coinbase was talking about they're running out of Solana and stuff like that. It makes me feel like it might be the right one to get into. I can see it flipping Ethereum. I know we talked about that last time, and it's pretty far away from it. But if it ever did, and you got into it at this point, you made a lot of money.
You know the argument against Solana, which is always funny to me. It's like, well, Solana, it's down. Solana actually never goes down. What does happen is exchanges go down, and then sometimes things get backed on the pipeline. But at the end of the day, when Solana is even being quote unquote hacked, it's a 70,000 TPS blockchain transactions per second. And even when it's being hacked, it's still doing like 20 to 30K. And that is more than every other blockchain combined, with maybe exception to these new ones that are coming out. But, you know, with the traditional blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Polygon, like they can't hold a candle. If they get hacked or they have issues, that's it. Like they're cooked.
Yeah,
Solana,
you saw what happened with Solana, though, whenever they dropped the Melania token. I mean, nobody could buy it. Well, I guess some people were obviously able to buy it, but I sit there and try to buy that like 50, 60 times. I tried it on Jupiter. I tried it on the Phantom wallet. I tried it on my Shuriken Telegram bot. And people on Twitter were talking about how they couldn't buy it either. So I feel like there's going to be a better solution in the future. Maybe it's something like Tectum, or maybe people start using the XRP blockchain for meme coins. There's already some meme coins on there, but the fact that Solana has issues with a whole lot of traffic like that, I mean, I guess that was unprecedented traffic, but still.
Billions upon billions of dollars pouring out of Trump into Melania.
Yep.
And again, you know, you were able to get in if you went into your settings and whatever. If you use like Shuriken bot, you really had to fuck your slippage up though.
Yeah,
like,
I had my slippage way up, but I should have added some gas fee or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the priority fee, exactly. That's what it got you in, because that's what was backed up. Yep. And again, because a lot of these exchanges and stuff were fucking flooding the pipeline. You know what I mean? And even Coinbase, after it happened, was like a 16-hour delay. That's crazy, bro. Like, I wanted to move some money over to pay, you know, some bills or whatever, and I'm like, 16 fucking hours. Like, what the hell,
That's
dude?
why people are saying they ran out of Solana. I've got a couple other tokens I want to mention to you guys, but let me catch up with the chat. Denny OC says XLM offers pretty much 0 fees from peer-to-peer, and it's like really fast, I believe, too. XLM will be the layer 2. Denny OC says XLM is more peer-to-peer based, where XLM is more institutional. You said the same one on both of those. Maybe one of those was supposed to be XRP. Solana, Stan agrees. FET. I heard a lot about FET, but I have not researched that one yet. 10 G's? 10,000. I'd wait for Bitcoin to dip to 88K, then put it all in Bitcoin. I mean, that's a long-term play right there, but I like it. But what if it never dips to 88K? Then you made no profit. Solana, and I will buy 10 Solana phones. I like the idea of the Solana phones, but we already missed the airdrop. We need new phones. I would get me a Solana phone. I like XRP, but it's too high right now. I bought it at 40 cents. It's at like $3 right now. Monero. I don't know Monero. That might be one I need to check out as well. Biggest Bro, stop. Biggest Bro's buying Omi. He's gonna put it all in Omi. I mean,
don't do it, Biggest Bro. Don't do it. Just send me your money. I'll send you back 20% of it in a year.
What if it goes to 1 penny from here? I mean, you made yourself a lot of money right there. I don't hold any crypto. I have a couple moon bags, but I buy and sell before I leave my seat most of the time. I'm kind of the same way. I'm in and out, but
that's
I'm trying
how I've gotten.
Sorry, what's that?
That's how I've gotten. You know,
especially in this market. Brony says I'm gonna put 10,000 into my friend's brother's crypto and lose everything. You're gonna be your friend's brother's liquidity, exit liquidity. I don't think that's a good call. Don't put it on pump.fun either. XRP is crazy cheap. It's basically like buying Bitcoin. Yeah, but look. if XRP is at $3, what do you expect it to get to, like $100? Do you know what the market cap would have to be for XRP to get to $100? You're talking like $100 trillion market cap. That's like unimaginable. Imagine saying, I don't want to buy Bitcoin because it's $200. Yeah, but you're not looking at the market cap though. Imagine thinking that XRP market cap could be 10 times what Bitcoin's market cap is, because that's what it would have to be for it to go to a price like that. Another token that a lot of people are talking about right now is Venice. Yeah, I think it's Venice, but the ticker is VVV. It's the new base AI token, and what's kind of wild about that is that Coinbase listed it on day one, and a lot of coins have been trying really hard to get listed on Coinbase. OMI token, it's been like 4 years and still hasn't been on Coinbase. But Triple V Venice got listed on there right away. So it looks like Coinbase is actually working with these companies now to get stuff listed right away. They actually started listing base meme coins. One of them was Toshi, and it pumped pretty hard. I used to have some Toshi. I wish I still did. But a lot of other base meme coins are starting to pump because Coinbase even tweeted, "So you guys like meme coins?" That was their quote, which makes me feel like they're going to be listing some more meme coins onto Coinbase. And whenever a meme coin gets listed onto Coinbase, it pumps in price pretty hard usually.
Yeah, I mean, that price action on that VVV token actually was crazy. It launched, because Big A, I think, told me about it. I looked at it. I'm like, damn, this thing launched at like $8.
Yeah.
Something like that, $7.
Yeah.
I mean, it ran to 19, crashed all the way back down, basically lost money, and then spiked all the way back to 22, and now we're just riding the downtrend, which, man, there's been so many freaking bull traps on this downtrend. It's kind of scary. I wouldn't be buying any of this.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to try to make quick money right now. I try to do a little bit of pump fund sniping, and I got a couple of W's, but mostly L's. It was not worth it. Have people dropped Ethereum?
I feel like I get rogue twice a day now.
Yeah.
So if I do 3, I'm doing like 3 to 5, pump fund watches, or like, low market cap, trying to catch something.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I want to say probably 2 out of 3 every day now fucking rug me at some point. And usually I'll catch it with like a 20-30% loss and not get fully rugged. But it's just like the top is there. I see it, the double top, the fucking, they try to do they call the sucker rally,
Yep.
And it's like, nope, the top's coming out, and I'm trying to sell, and the slippage is going too high, and the difference is too much to go through, and that's when you're like, oh shit,
Yeah, it used to be that pump fund coins went rug once they get hit bonding, but now people are working together. They got cabals. Everybody's using multiple wallets, so then they're getting all the supply and then all selling at the same time. And
you can't even trust bubble maps, because a lot of it was like, all right, we'll just track the wallets. But now what they're doing, and my boy Voxen was turning me on to this too, which is crazy. When you go to like an exchange, you can like funnel this money and then change the wallet address on the exchange. I didn't know you could do that shit. But these guys are like funneling it and taking, like 80% of the supply, funneling it out to tons of wallets. But then they're like doing this wallet thing where it no longer even links on the bubble wallet, on the bubble link. It's crazy, the bubble map.
I think I heard something about that too. I didn't know how it worked though.
Oh yeah, it's pretty wild. But there's a couple people I follow on Twitter now, so I have a new rule. So I've been getting rugged a lot less. What I've been doing is every time I look at a token or something feels good, I set a 10-minute timer on my phone.
Oh, nice.
And if that 10-minute timer goes off and that thing can, make the run, you always get the reach trace, and I try to watch, what it does on the next green candle. If it's like a nice solid green candle, no wick at the top, you know what I'm saying, and maybe a little wick at the bottom, I might actually make a buy. But a lot of times what happens is my timer's going down, and it's like, all right, lost support, big red candle, all right, here comes the rug, watching it happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's been working for me, but a little extra 10 minutes, and if I'm wrong, the downside is that now I might lost 10-15%.
Right. True. It's not bad.
But if I can stop getting 2 out of 3 and maybe get 2 out of 3 good ones, like maybe it'll be beneficial in the long run. But that's kind of what I've been doing.
Smart. Stan says, have people dropped Ethereum? Me personally, I have. Although people are saying Ethereum is going to get a pump soon. People had already expected it since Bitcoin pumped, but it really didn't. I think people are over Ethereum because they're tired of the gas fees. But anybody who's a big NFT collector and has Bored Apes or CryptoPunks or who knows what is going to be saying, or is going to be wanting Ethereum to still be a thing. And I think Vitalik Buterin had been tweeting about upgrading Ethereum, but I heard about Ethereum 2.0 when I first got into crypto like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I
They've
don't.
already done like 3 upgrades since I've been in crypto, and I'm like, well, I'm still paying out the ass when I try to do something.
They haven't done much for it. Absolutely not. Bruin88 says I did 2 years ago. We got Big A in the building. What's up, Big A? Base and Optimism are kissing cousins. Optimism? No, I've never heard of Optimism. Don't know what that is.
One more thing I want to say real quick.
Sure.
You know, yeah, you're right. The Ethereum, narrative is like, oh, the Bored Ape and the NFT people. But here's the sad part for them. Nobody gives a shit about them, right?
Right.
Like, because I'm serious, because the new narrative is what? Web3 gaming. The new narrative is going to be blockchain, like DMVs and insurance companies and banks and stuff like that going to the blockchain. They're not going on Ethereum. And from what I understand, they're not even really looking at Polygon anymore. They're looking at Avalanche and these other ones. So, I think this is going to be such an ignored blockchain that it has no choice but to either just kind of sit where it's at or just go down. That's just my take on it. But everything I see is Solana and Avalanche. That's what I'm seeing.
And I think that's just for right now. I think they're going to get better and better. If you've heard of Tectum is this new blockchain. It's the fastest blockchain in the world, and it's like practically free, no gas fees whatsoever. So in the future, who knows what blockchains are going to pop up and how good they're going to be and how much of the market share they might take. I think Bitcoin is a good hedge. I don't see 100x gains from here. However, over long term, I look at stuff like gold and silver. Tangible assets? Nah, man, give me those magic coins. I like those better.
No, I think there's the correlation is that Bitcoin is the gold standard for crypto.
Right. Gotcha.
And you would say like maybe Solana or maybe even Ethereum right now would be like the silver standard. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's what they're saying. Maybe they're not, but.
Florida State says your mouth doesn't work when talking about market cap. You have to talk about available coins and liquidity. Market cap, I think, is the most important thing, personally.
Well, no, because market cap compared to, if like 80% of the tokens are locked away, and then, if there's low liquidity based on the fact that most of them are locked away, you do have to take that into account. They're not wrong.
Right.
But I think in the meme coin game, because a lot of times when I'm talking, it's the meme coin, hit it and quit it type shit, right? Especially nowadays.
Definitely.
I mean, you really can't really play that game. You just gotta. What I like social metrics. I like, wallet info, stuff like that. There's a couple people on Twitter I try to trust, and, if they're out there saying it's a scam, I typically don't buy it. If these guys are, vetting it as being legit, those are the ones I typically go into. There's one guy, his name's like Master, MSTR, I think it is. Guy's got some really good intel, bro. He's really good, so I like that guy.
Yeah, I need to get into some more alpha groups so I know the stuff when it happens, the good stuff. By the time I hear about it, it's almost always too late. Bruin88 says, I don't see anything right now at a low point that will moon. I don't know, man. I like Moki right now is one that's kind of follows the trend of Toshi. And now that Toshi's going up, Moki's been going up a lot lately. I had a little moon bag. It pumped a little bit. It might be a good one to get into. It could 100x. You never know. I bought that so long ago. Oh, Ethereum, and waiting for the gas fees to be lowered to like XLM fees. I know, and they told us all along, Ethereum 2.0 is coming, and there's going to be super low gas fees. That's why everybody says layer 2 is going to be so important. However, I don't know if NFTs even matter anymore, but when it comes to NFTs, I like the idea of having them on layer 2 so that I don't have to pay a $100 gas fee to get a $5 token. Another token that was announced, kind of, I think it's also associated with Coinbase, is this B3. I don't know if you heard about this, Mo. It's built by the X-Base team, so I guess it's not associated with Base, but it's built by the X-Base team, and it powers Base's Layer 3 gaming ecosystem. So already in 6 months, they have 6 million plus players, 80 plus games live, and 5 plus game chains launching this Q1 from top game studios and brands. And a lot of people are thinking that this coin is also going to be like Triple V, where it gets put onto Coinbase almost as soon as it gets launched.
Possibly. I'm not familiar with that token. I'm gonna look it up. The one thing I'll say too about the coin, because I saw some people being like, "Well, how come these coins are getting favoritism?" I mean, people do realize that the base token is Coinbase's token, right? Like,
I don't know if I think most crypto people realize that.
Well, I'm just saying, 'cause everyone's like, "Well, how come it takes so long?" Well, because again, you have regulations, you have these coins that are out of the country. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
no shit. You can launch a base coin and get on Coinbase right away because I don't know. It's like being surprised that you can go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
To me,
Coinbase.
that's just me personally.
That's why I thought it was smart to buy Coinbase meme coins long ago when I got into Brett and stuff, because I always thought that maybe Brett and all these other meme coins are going to get listed on Coinbase before a lot of other things that aren't on the base network.
This isn't the actual token, right? This has to be a fake. This B3 token? Am I looking at the right one with a 31K market cap?
It's probably fake. I don't think this one's launched yet. It says coming soon.
Okay, I'm like, okay, well.
Somebody probably launched a meme coin off it. Florida State says, I'm sorry, Vault, I'm said math.
The only one that listed here.
I would never disrespect you like that. Is that where you said your math doesn't work when talking about market cap? You have to talk about available coins and liquidity. So my thing is, like, if something has a market cap of $1 million and the coins are $10 each, and then you have another coin that has a market cap of $100 million and the coins are $1 each, the one with $1 million has a better chance of like 5x or 10x because it has a lower market cap than the other coin that has a $100 million market cap. Florida is turning into Tucson. Is getting hot. I thought it was cold in Florida. I heard it snowed in Florida. You still got snow over there on the ground, Mo?
Very little. Very, very little. But yeah, we've been lucky here, man. Thank God.
What's up, Dano? Good to see you in the chat. Wants to talk about VeVe. Yeah, we haven't talked about VeVe yet. How much longer until VeVe is out of business at this rate? What do you mean by this rate? Because if you look at their, and I have it pulled up right here, let me show you. If you look at their calendar, they got drops coming left and right. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drops in a row, 7 days in a row leading up to Friday, and most likely they're going to have a drop this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, if not both. So they're dropping stuff back to back to back. They just dropped this dropped the LA Hearts. They were dropped in order to help the people that were affected by the wildfires in Los Angeles, but they only sold like 15%, 10% of supply, and retail was only 15 gems. So I was kind of surprised that they didn't do well. I don't think the comics usually do very well unless it's a super important comic. The other 2 drops this week are going to be stamp drops. Stamp drops are usually cheap. They don't do very well either. They're not making a lot of money over there at VeVe, but I don't think they have a whole lot of cost of operations, really. I think they pay people like My Collectibles and their Discord moderators in collectibles and gems, so I don't think they're really losing a lot. I don't know. What do you think, Mo? You think VeVe's doing fine, or do you think we should be worried about them going out of business the way that a lot of other companies in the same space like Recur and Quid, and I could name about 10 more, have gone out of business?
Well, they're following the same pattern. You know, come out like a fucking ball on fire, right? Trying to kick down every door, and it's like, oh, we realize we might have overstepped our boundaries. Let's hush up a little bit, because the more we say, the more people hold us liable. And then it's like, oh, well, if we go quiet, people will kind of give us a pass. And now it's like, no, you know, people are going to hold them accountable. And yeah, I think they're definitely struggling. Here's my question, though: is it heartless to burn the NFTs that were made to support LA burning down? Would that be heartless to actually have to burn those collectibles?
I mean, I see what you're saying. If you're talking about burning the ones that weren't sold, I think that's a great idea because it increases the value of the ones that did get purchased, and it makes the supply a lot lower. It increases scarcity. However, just the idea of burning something from the LA fires, I couldn't do it, man. You can't set it on fire. That's what it's all about. Maybe can we drown it? Can we drown the unsold NFTs instead of burning them?
Yeah, that's what they would have to do, because it'd be real. Like, we have, if VeVe puts out a post, and we'll get a real good feel for how much they pay attention, and they're like, get your LA Hearts tomorrow night before we burn the rest of them. Let me tell you something. That would not go over too well, okay?
But it would get some attention. Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, if you want to be known as the company who, you know, is fucking despicable, I don't think that would be really good publicity, but...
Pokey wants to know, have I been to UK before? I've been to the University of Kentucky. That's what we call UK around here. But I've not been to the United Kingdom, no. I've been to Canada once for like a few hours. But that's the only time I've ever been out of the country. Mo, have you ever left America?
I go to Canada every night when I gamble on stream.
Well, yeah, of course you do with your VPN.
No, I travel. I'm right near the border. I'm in New York.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, you got Niagara Falls. I bet you've been to that several times, huh?
Oh yeah, I got a little custom homemade bridge that I walk over with my laptop. That's how I stream.
Nice. Nah, I would like to check out Niagara Falls. Where are the crypto games? Gaming developers don't want ownership? Well, we just showed you one. I feel like it takes a long time to build really good games, and people just started getting into crypto in the last few years. So who knows what's in development right now? They do have, of course, as Mo was talking about earlier, Off the Grid, which is available on PlayStation and Xbox and Steam, and it's like a AAA style game. It's really good. I played it before on my son's PS5, and that's all on the Avalanche blockchain. Even though all the gamers who are playing it have no idea that it's a crypto game, it actually is.
Right, and it's the one game that's kind of changed the overall narrative, especially on the streaming world that I kind of live in.
Yeah.
Whereas again, these other games, people were like NFT, crypto, I'm out. They don't give a shit. With Off the Grid, now it's like, well, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Just shut up and play the game, idiot. Like, and again, that's the beauty of it, right? If you create an actual good, fun, free-to-play game that people can get into without the crypto, that's what it's going to be. But a lot of crypto game companies aren't going to do that because they're being backed by crypto bros, and these crypto bros want hourly updates. What are you doing with my money? How's it going? So what happens is they rush. And if you rush as a game development studio, trust me, I've worked for tons of them, EA, Ubisoft, you name it, it will not end well for them. They will put out a bad product, and it will turn into like that game that Sony tried to put out, that Overwatch killer, apparently. They closed it down within a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot the name of the game. It was so bad. I never even played it. I looked at it and said it was stupid. But
that's kind of
you understand what I'm saying, though? Like,
that's kind of the price you pay for using crypto to fund your game. But I mean, you get a benefit from that as well. You get all that funding to start building your game. However, you got to deal with all the crypto bros who bought your coin complaining the whole time. So it's a catch-22.
Bro, look at Ian. I mean, thankfully, Ian has actually, made a mobile game with his original horse racing game that made millions of dollars on the App Store, and it didn't even have crypto or Web3, and people still gave that game money, and they still do to this day.
Right.
Okay? So the fact that people were doing it on his free-to-play model was the reason why he made PFL and separated it from the original game, because he wanted to have the crypto link and not turn people off. But what happens is people are like, oh, well, he already knows how to make the game, so now, yeah, we got the crypto backing, right? Which, yeah, you're right. It's great when the money's hot and the money's pouring in. Crown's at $2 and everybody's wallets are worth, fucking $250,000. God, I miss those days. Now, Crown, with the crypto, the market crashing and everything else over and over again, and we're waiting on wagering and PFL, that token's not doing too hot,
Right.
But you gotta provide the utility, and it does give, like you said, it gives them a certain amount of money in the meantime to do, marketing, continue to build the game, pay employees, whatever the case might be, right?
Yep. All right, I wanted to address Dan O's question here. Do you think that VeVe's current revenues are sustainable compared to their expenses? I don't know what their expenses are. I don't think they pay a lot for the, I could be wrong because I guess their collectibles have been looking better lately, but I don't know who they're paying to design their collectibles. You can see, I guess this was today's drop. Yeah, Tales to Astonish number 62. They sold 500 of them total for a gross revenue of $3,495. Then yesterday they had that Los Angeles Hearts drop. Let's see if I can find out. Gross revenue 12,000, so they made 12,000 yesterday, 3,000 something today. I feel like they don't have that many expenses. Like, what are their expenses besides paying the development team? And that's what, $60,000 a year for 4 to 6 guys? I don't know. What do you think, Mo? What do you think VeVe's expenses are besides the development team? It's not like they're doing any marketing, I don't think.
A lot of money's going to licensors, though, right? Like, they're not getting that whole cut.
That's true. I wonder if he keeps that. I wonder if he adds that in on the gross revenue. But that's right. A certain percent goes to the licensors for sure.
Right. So yeah, and then marketing, which we've clearly seen, they don't care about that. They rather open up their new comic book line. Like, who the hell asks for that?
I do sometimes see VeVe advertisements on YouTube and on, I think it's Facebook or something. I'll be scrolling through and I'll see like a VeVe Comics ad out of nowhere. But I don't know if that's just because they know that I like that kind of stuff.
To be fair, I run ad blockers, so I probably wouldn't be the guy that saw an ad. But you know, if it was in like a magazine or a billboard or Times Square or something like that, where it might actually be noticeable, put it on the Vegas Sphere. You know what I mean? Like,
That would be dope. Yeah, I always said they should get a Super Bowl
Optic.
commercial, but that's obviously not gonna happen.
here's what VV. Well, here's what VV can do. Okay, when augmented reality finally breaks out and everybody's got the, you know, Ray-Ban AR sunglasses, it's built into the windshield of your car. VV just has to rent out the Vegas Sphere, and then do like some crazy augmented reality show
Ooh,
around the sphere.
That would be
Have
cool.
Spider-Man, have the Miles Morales, the one that turns invisible, like land on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Like they could do some crazy shit because now you can take real life, you know, attractions that people are already at, and now bring the eyes in when they might not want to see it anyway, but they're gonna have the augmented reality,
Right.
and they'll be able to check in. So
Good point. Brood88 says I was talking about Florida. My bad. Now you're talking about Florida State makeover. I thought you were talking about the state of Florida. My bad. No brew. You're all talking to each other. Talk to text. Trust me, Florida. You're all talking to each other. I did a UK in high school for rugby 25 years ago. Not gonna lie, it was a blur. I feel like there's some type of slang there that I'm not picking up, but I could be wrong. You did a UK? Mo, did you try to do Niagara Falls in a barrel?
no. Do I look crazy to you?
Why does everybody say that? Every time I hear about Niagara Falls, somebody's talking about getting into a barrel and rolling it down. Does somebody actually do that or something?
I think it's like a ride.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think my mother and my stepfather, when they were married, I think they went there for the
I'd probably
honeymoon.
do
I think
that.
they had like a. Yeah, I've never actually been to Niagara Falls.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't really travel much. I barely leave the house or my chair. Speaking of which, I don't even leave my chair enough to build my other new chair. My gaming recliner. It's been sitting there for a week.
man,
I'm
come
in
on.
my
Man.
in my computer chair, bro. I
Gotta
love
get
this
some
chair too much.
exercise. Gotta move them legs. Stan wants to know, will Star Atlas drop? I thought Star Atlas has been around for a long time. I know Star Citizen. I'm not sure what Star Atlas is. Boone88 says there's
Yeah, Star Atlas
rumors.
is a Solana project. I mean,
Oh,
they keep like releasing modules or demos. It's not out, but yeah, that's a big undertaking, and that could be the one that pans out long term, kind of like No Man's Sky. If you ever played that game?
yeah.
You know, where it comes out and it's like, oh my god, this is so bad. But at the end of the day, No Man's Sky turned out to be one of the biggest turnaround success stories in gaming. You know, so we'll see what happens.
Bruin88 says there's rumors going around right now that Elon Musk posted XRP is looking quite promising and then deleted the post within 20 seconds. But nobody has a screenshot? I'm looking it up right now. I gotta see a screenshot. I don't see anything, but I mean, XRP is pumping a little bit because of it. Elon Musk tweeted, here's XRP Daily. XRP is looking quite promising, then deleted it within 20 seconds. So they're saying that that's legit. It legit happened. But that was January 26th. That was like 2 days ago. Oh, are they recycling some copy pasta or something? I don't know if I believe this, y'all. Not financial advice. Daniel C says, my wife said VeVe actually came up on her Instagram feed and Facebook. Yeah, I saw it on my Facebook before, and I think I've seen a couple commercials on YouTube. OG, don't go to United Kingdom. The weather is not good down here. Down here, more like up there. I would think y'all are more north than me. And it's probably cold as heck. Everybody got that annoying accent. No, it depends on where you go. Some of those British accents I like. Some of the British accents, though, I don't like. I'll be honest with
Hello,
you.
governor.
That one's not too bad. That's like a rich one.
Yeah, cheerio.
I know exactly what we need to do for Twitter payments. What do we need to do? Twitter payments is going to be interesting. I thought it was called like X Money, but it's this new thing that they are releasing with Visa, X's, or Twitter. That's what I call it still. It's associated with Visa, and a lot of people think it's going to be associated with crypto too. Now that's thinking big, Mo. I like it. Read between the lines on the XRP stuff. People have gone over the falls in a barrel and survived. But why? Oh yeah, so that was back in 2020. That's a long time.
Immigration.
Yeah, that's probably not good.
People trying to get across the border. Oh my god, I just missed a $2,000 hit.
Oh, Rob T says the first person to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel was Annie Edson Taylor, a 63 years old, and it was in 1901. She became the first person to survive the plunge. Oh, why?
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought that was the chick from Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit? I don't know that.
It's not. It's like that's like Anna Joy or something like the hell her name is. You ever
Why
saw
would
the
it- why
show
would somebody do
Queen's
that?
Gambit?
That's craziness. Well, apparently she did it in 1901. Notice that Alon highlighted specific letters in that sentence. Oh, did he? But that was apparently it was like 4 years ago or something. It was 2020. Yeah, I think that's some cap right there. People are trying to do anything to pump the market right now because it's been a little rough the last few days ever since the Deepseek stuff got released. The markets have not been reacting to it well. All right, another topic we're going to talk about tonight, our final topic, is going to be what are we watching right now? What you watching? I'm going to create a new scene for it. I don't have it ready yet, so we'll just use the main scene. So we'll talk about what we've been watching, like on TV or YouTube or Netflix this week, which is usually where I watch most of my stuff is on Netflix. Mo, you been watching anything good this week?
Yeah, I mean, I do my weekly shows. I got my 90 Day Fiance. I've been watching that new that Special Forces show on Fox where they take like celebrities and they make them do all the military training.
Oh,
I
nice.
watch them cry like little bitches. I love that show.
Nice.
Other than that, yeah, just I'm always rabbit holing it, dude. Like I said, I came across some of these ancient map videos showing like the Phineas map and the other dude from like the 1500s where they were showing, you know, Antarctica with, you know,
Yep.
no snow and like luscious mountains and like the rivers, and everyone's like, oh, it's bullshit. But then when like we started, you know, seeing some of the snow melt, and well, actually, it might not even be melting. I don't know if you want to go down this theory right now, but it might just be expanding, which is, you know, creating the illusion that it's melting. But anyway, apparently, like the rivers and the mountains or whatever that were, you know, shown in these old maps, these ancient maps, are now shown to be true. So how the hell did these people know? And I don't think a lot of people really dispute the fact that Antarctica was or wasn't green at one point, because I think most people assume it was.
Right.
But what the hell happened? And I swear, bro, the Library of Alexandria thing burning down with all like some of the world's most historical things that we would learn about how this world became what it became. That to me, bro, like I don't know. But that's where I'm at. I'm going down some crazy like Antarctica underwater pyramid rabbit hole. That's where I've been at.
Yeah, I've heard
Outside of my
people-
shows.
I've heard people talking about those type of maps before, and the one in particular where you can see the coastline of Antarctica as if it had no ice. That one's pretty
Yeah.
compelling, but then the people that are the naysayers are just saying that everybody's misinterpreting the map completely, and that's not what it shows. And they're like, it shows this and this, and they try to
Bullshit.
explain their side. I'm like,
Bullshit.
I don't know.
No, bro, because listen, these other maps that people put together, they know that they're wrong because of the longitude. But the older maps, the original maps from these prehistoric civilizations, or ancient civilizations, they're prehistoric, they were able to chart the longitude like no other. So the fact that Antarctica is actually in the right spot there would have to lead you to believe that they actually did survey that. And the mountains and the trees and the lakes. I mean, I don't know, dude. The evidence that it would actually make sense is better to me than the people that are like, nah, they got lucky. Or, nah, that's not. I mean, because they don't ever have any evidence.
No, I don't think it would be nothing like you got lucky. It would have to be something that was passed down for many, many years to the point where it was passed down to people who were alive when there was no ice.
Right.
In that
Well, exactly.
area.
But
Yeah.
that's going back past the 1500s because it was a Spanish guy. I forget his name right now. Maybe somebody in chat might know. But in that you know, map that he drew, he never said that he surveyed the area. What it says, and he actually wrote it on his map, and they were able to recover a part of it, was that he drew this map from source maps of other older maps, right?
Oh, I see. Right.
So that means it predates the 1500s. Okay.
Right.
Now you would have to go back even further to that to go into what is it, the Dryas, the Dryas
Younger
period,
Dryas,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, the Younger Dryas, right?
Yep.
So that would take you into that time period, which also takes you into some biblical proportions. And I think we talked about it. You were talking about like the Atlantis and like, you know, out in Africa.
Yep.
You're saying like the sinkhole or whatever that they're finding.
The Eye of the
And-
Sahara.
The Eye of the Sahara, correct. And all these time frames are now starting to kind of overlap with each other where they start to make sense.
Yep.
And if you again, the Library of Alexandria burning down and losing all that historical evidence, I mean, maybe there was somebody that didn't want to see it. You know what I mean? And I'm going to throw one more thing at you in chat, and I never heard this before. What do you think about this? What if all the ancient civilizations And you know how we say aliens, future technology, right?
Right.
What if they're not aliens that are coming to us for the first time? What if they're humans that were here and got off the planet, and now they're coming back? That blew my mind, bro. I think it was on one of the Rogan things I was watching, or maybe it was something else. But I never even tried to think about that before.
Well, I've always had the idea, what if they're like humans that are time traveling, like from the future, but I never thought about humans who left the planet and then are coming back. That's interesting.
Why can't we find the tools? Why was the most important piece of evidence destroyed? Well, if these people were actually able to create these, anti-gravitational propulsion engines and stuff like that, right? Like, well, they would just destroy everything on the way out and, right, get rid of the evidence the same
Right.
way like the mafia would do.
Sure. Why not? Yeah, it makes sense.
That blows my mind. I've been thinking about this for days now since I saw it and heard it. I'm like, whoa, wait a second.
That's crazy. We got a little bit more information about going over the Niagara Falls in a barrel, which is
What have you been
apparently...
watching? Hold on. What have you been watching?
Well, let me catch up with the chat real quick. Rob T says Taylor went over the falls in an oak barrel as part of a stunt in an attempt to bring her financial. She did it for money. I didn't know you could get paid for doing that. Well, if you get paid for it, maybe I'll do it. She had a couple of pillows in her barrel. Oh, she cheated. Take her money away. Are you aware that who Alon's brother is and his connections to the IMF? IMF. What is the IMF? What I heard about Alon is that his parents are from... can't remember what country they were from, but they were Nazis, and they moved to South Africa because they liked the idea of apartheid. Can't remember where that came from. I think one of them, but that's something that's been going around recently. Altered Carbon Netflix, stock and crypto YouTubers. What's up, Viper Active? Good to see you, my man. Poka Pokey says, Mo, you should watch the Damage Collateral movie. Is it called Collateral Damage, you mean? Collateral Damage? I've heard of that. I think it's good. Diddy started watching the Oak Island after last week.
This movie.
Last week we were talking about Oak Island. He started watching it, and it's still...
the Arnold movie.
Oh,
Oh, hell yeah. It's a great movie.
Yeah, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, now I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says they haven't found anything yet. They just keep on digging. Now on to Gold Rush on Discovery. I can't believe they've had so many seasons of Oak Island without finding anything. How do you keep people's attention? New season for the F1 show on Netflix, Drive to Survive. New season starts at the end of the month. I've heard, maybe it's Denny OC. I've heard say it several times. Either that or I've heard several different people say that Drive to Survive was really good. I never gotten into F1 racing, but like I said, a lot of people seem to like that show. We got Wop Mammoth watching over there at Twitter. I was about to stop double streaming on YouTube and Twitter because nobody ever chats on Twitter. But if people start chatting, I'll keep streaming over there. I could definitely believe Alon is an alien. He looks a little alienish. Somebody put a side-by-side with him and a Sims character and showed how he kind of moves exactly like a Sims character. Maybe he's AI, bro. I don't know. He does look good in red. We have passes for the Montreal race weekend in June for the F1 race. Let's go. Yeah, that'd be fun. Although it's Montreal, it'll probably be cold. The only thing I've been watching this week, I got on Netflix and I was looking for something to watch, mainly so I had something to talk about on the show to watch. And I got to the point where I couldn't find anything good to watch, so I did what I do sometimes when I'm looking for movies and I can't find nothing. I straight up went random with it. I guessed a number like 12, went to my For You section, 12th show over, I started watching it. It was called Beef. I started watching it. It was called Beef. I read the description and it seemed pretty decent. It said, two strangers get into a road rage incident and then their lives are intertwined somehow or whatever. So I start watching it. It was kind of interesting. Watched the first episode. At the end of the episode, I noticed it was like written by Sim Kong Yu and directed by Johnny Chin, and I was like, if they're all Asian. And then I thought about the actors. One of them was Vietnamese, one of them was Japanese, and the other one was Korean. I was like, hold up, this was not made for me. This is for Asian Americans by Asian Americans. But it was really good, and I sat there and watched the whole 10, I guess it was 10 episodes of the season. And I mean, it was supposed to be a comedy, but it was more like a drama. It was a little weird. A lot of references to growing up in Asian culture that I didn't get. However, it was enjoyable. Not the best show I ever saw. Called Beef. If y'all want to check it out, Beef. I don't know if anybody's watched it. Apparently it was popular. This is the season to start watching the F1 races. There's 6 rookies this year. I mean, the idea of just watching cars go around and around, they don't even crash. Like we have a racetrack here.
It's just a Doppler effect over and over again.
The Doppler effect?
Yeah, when a sound goes by you, like.
I mean, I do like the sound of them, but I mean that gets old pretty fast. When I go to the races, it's the one close to us, and it's like stock car racing where they're doing like figure eights and crashing into each other. Now that is entertaining, but I don't know if I can watch people go around in circles for an hour.
My cousin used to race cars out here on Long Island. We have a track out all the way out east.
Nice.
And he used to go out there, he used to race, you know, dick around. He used to have like, you buy like these old Mustangs or these old Civics, you take the doors off, you know what I mean?
Oh, they
But
do
then
that
one
kind of
weekend they
racing?
had, yeah, it was just like we weren't going crazy speeds. But then one weekend, because I used to go and, you know, help them out and drive around. One weekend they had a demolition derby, bro.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be fun.
That was some of the coolest shit ever, bro.
I've seen a couple
Like,
of those.
all the cars, they had like governors and everything on them. You couldn't go crazy fast, right? But like, bro, it was just actual demolition derby, dude. Like the video game from back in the PlayStation days.
Oh yeah.
That shit was so cool, man. That was
Yes.
so much fun.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of demolition derbies. They'll have like school buses in there and everything. It's fun.
God.
Okay, apparently
Nowadays, I
F1 they
wouldn't
do
do that
crash.
shit, though.
Okay, well if they do crash, then maybe I'll watch it. I wanted to see the highlights. Show me the crashes. All right, y'all. About time to end the live stream for this week's Tales from the Crypto. We do this show every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you come by and hang out with us next week as well. This weekend, I'm going to be going live for whatever drop they have. None of them have been announced yet, but as long as there's a drop on Sunday, Kid Arcade is going to be live streaming with me during the drops, and we'll be playing some trivia games, giving away some NFTs. So hopefully, VeVe drops something on Sunday, and if so, come by and hang out with me for that. Mo, what are you doing this week?
Same thing I do every day. Just racing horses, trying not to get rugged. One of my best horses I probably ever owned is now of over like 2,000 in profit. He's qualified for the Grand Championships again this season.
Wow, let's go.
I put him in a race this morning against like S pluses, and he's an S in like open competition for the Kingmaker or whatever, like win and get into the final.
Right.
This fucking horse came out and smoked him.
Dang.
Like I wanted him, yeah, it was like wanted him bringing like $250 a better home. I forgot exactly what it was. Bunch of crowns, shit ton of money. Yeah, he races his last race on Friday night, and I'm gonna retire his ass live because I'm gonna breed the hell out of that horse, dude.
Yeah, all that breeding practice has paid off for you.
Oh, it's been going. I mean, we got Joyride. I got Joyride's line up to like an S minus, I think
Nice.
right now, or an S maybe. So we might get her to the top one day. If we ever do, we'll get you a colt to race or a filly to breed.
Shout out to Big A Woody. Thank you guys for hanging out. Florida State says, who else watches the Wi-Fi's? Me and Mo were literally just talking about the
We just
Wi-Fi's
talked about that.
right
Yep.
before we went live. That was what we were talking about.
I love that guy in the fish. That guy's awesome, dude.
The fish too. Yes, of course. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a great week, and later.
Peace.
All right, let's check the prices one more time. Then we're gonna end the stream. I think Arcade might be going live today. Think about that. Saw him in the chat. He usually goes live around this time. Oh no, it's tomorrow. My bad. All right, so you can see that
You're still
Wave
here.
and Johnny Dunn will be on the floor at 2100. Ultra rares.
It's
were at
over.
175 last time we
Go
checked.
home.
We're at 155.
Oh,
I think
you're
they'll stay above
expecting a
100.
teaser for the next VV drop? Well, we don't have that kind of money.
100 rares. We're at 33.
We expecting Sam Jackson show up with
It's
an
only 600
eye patch
something
and
of those.
saucy little leather number? Go.
Uncommon
Go.
games, 19.